Boys, have you ever wondered why Bolivia doesn't have access to the Pacific Ocean? Well, probably not, but that's why I'm here to educate you. So, ages before Bolivia as we know it even existed, the region was home to many indigenous cultures. One of the most important were the Tiwanaku near Lake Tiwanaku, which flourished centuries before the Inca Empire. It declined around 1000 CE, likely due to droughts and other factors. By the time the Inca Empire expanded into areas in the 1400s, Tiwanaku had already fallen.
You always need to be expanding your sexuality. I'm sorry, your territory.
So the Inca didn't have to conquer it. They treated their lands rather as ancient ruins or like sacred sites instead. However, the Inca Empire was huge and covered not only Bolivia, but Peru, Ecuador, Argentina, and Colombia.
Got you, girl.
Either way, they were defeated by the Spanish in the 1530s, led by a man called Francisco Pizarro. When the Spanish arrived in Bolivia, they located the silver mines of Potosí in southwestern Bolivia.
There's a lot of hustling going on, and they getting money. You dig?
The mine still is, even today, one of the richest producing centers in the world. So you can imagine how the Spanish were moving once they located it. However, while the Spanish ruled over Bolivia, the country still wasn't given its proper name of Bolivia. Rather, they were relegated to be known as Upper Peru. On top of this, the people native to Bolivia were being treated poorly and forced into harsh labor to extract the silver in Potosí.
What could possibly go wrong?
They couldn't even benefit from the country's riches in silver, which was solely extracted from Bolivia and shipped straight to Spain. Eventually, in 1825, Bolivia finally became independent after the South American Wars of Independence.
Where's mine? Where's mine? Here you go, sweetie.
The name given by the Spanish of Upper Peru was scrapped. Finally, Bolivia was put into place after the late Simón Bolívar. But independence did not mean stability.
What? But you can't do this to me.
You know how much I sacrificed?
Once Bolivia became independent, it had a coastline on the Pacific Ocean in the Atacama Desert. This coastal region was valuable because it contained minerals, especially nirates, which were used for fertilizers and explosives. But look, the problem grew when Chile also had an interest in this valuable coastal region. The area was mainly occupied by Chilean workers, but Bolivia grew angry. Bang! An increase in tax for workers of Chilean nationality in the Atacama region by the coast. This created larger disputes between the two countries surrounding mining rights and border proposals. It all got hectic. The issue Chile had was that the two countries had an agreement that the land could be used. Bolivia seemed to disregard this. They got angry that it wasn't their own companies using the land and mining valuable resources. Bolivia threatened Chile with seizing the property, so Chile was on straight smoke, not taking any threats lightly. They sent their troops straight away and occupied Antofagasta of Bolivia in February 1879. The War of the Pacific had begun, and the occupation of Antofagasta basically cut Bolivia off from accessing their part of the coastline at the very start of the war. Pause. Now quickly tell me, if you have a friend that you know will back you in a fight or an argument no matter what the scenario is. Well, in this scenario, that's Peru. Chile demanded Peru stay out of the war, but Peru refused and chose to back Bolivia even if they were in the wrong. April 1879, Chile officially declared war on Bolivia and Peru. Honestly, Chile dominated the crazy 2v1. Bolivia officially lost their coastline access, and around 20 years later, the loss was formalized by the Treaty of Peace and Friendship signed in 1904. The treaty had Bolivia agree to defeat, and Chile agreed to build a railway line, giving access commercially for Bolivians to the Pacific ports that they lost in the war. Peru lost Tarapacá permanently, but decades later, Tacna returned to Peru, while subsequently losing Arica in the process. Chile won mainly because it had a stronger organization, better military preparation, and gained control of the sea early. This allowed Chile to move troops and supplies along the coast, while Peru and Bolivia struggled to coordinate. Bolivia and Peru had disadvantages too. Their alliance was not very well coordinated at all. Their economies were much weaker, and the desert geography made defending the coastline very difficult. For Bolivia, the wars remained as a national tragedy because it lost its coastline and became landlocked. For Chile, the victory expanded its territory and gave it control over valuable mining regions.
Oh, is it hot in here?
For Peru, the war was also traumatic because they lost territory. In simple terms, the war began over mineral wealth and border disputes, but it ended by reshaping the map of Western South America, especially by leaving Bolivia without a seacoast.
Monty Ori. I'm a psycho, I love getting lit. Listen, white girl, wasted coke, can I look? I get a bad bitch by my side in the way. With a diva, could I